I first encountered this 1912 painting by Marcel Duchamp entitled Nude Descending a Staircase in 1999 when I was 11 years old. Marcel recalled his intentions behind the piece by saying, quote, "My aim was a static representation of movement, a static composition of various positions taken by a form in movement, with no attempts to give cinema effects through the painting. The reduction of a head in movement to a bare line seemed to me defensible. It immediately changed my perception of the visual arts as it directly challenged all of my preconceived notions about form and function. The fact that nude descending a staircase conveys a clear message of movement and form while being ambiguous enough to allow the viewer's own mind to give all the chaotic shapes and lines function has always impressed me. Not only do I find the nature of this painting to be very inspiring visually, but upon researching I learned that Marcel received quite a lot of backlash at the time. It was considered highly controversial upon its display at the 1912 Salon des Indépendants in Paris because it challenged the art status quo of the day and was considered by many to be far too futurist in nature to be considered part of the Cubism movement. It also caused a stir with having the word nude in its title, with many critics claiming that a nude is a respected form of art and that this painting being included in that respect was a disservice. Because not only was the figure in the painting not nude, it is difficult to make out a discernible figure at all. The piece's history denotes it as having a sense of rebelliousness. I find knowing that Marcel had the courage to believe in his vision enough to create this and withstand exclusion from an audience who was set in its ways to be highly inspirational. Many of my favorite artists in all mediums have followed this lone wolf artistic approach. He did voluntarily take the painting down, however, after the art gallery's hanging committee sent Marcel's own brothers to persuade him to withdraw it entirely, or to paint over its title, citing the use of the word nude as the reason. In regards to this, Marcel stated, quote, "I said nothing to my brothers, but I went immediately to the show and took my paintings home in a taxi. It was really a turning point in my life, I can assure you. I saw that I would not be very interested in groups after that." This serves to highlight Marcel as being a lone wolf artist, and I cannot help but to be reminded of prominent musical figures such as Johnny Cash or Frank Zappa, who also followed a lone wolf artistic approach. Marcel realized that one's view of their work is and should be far more important than that of the audience's perception. Its controversial nature not only helped to challenge artistic boundaries of the day, but firmly cemented nude descending a staircase into the annals of 20th century modern art. In closing, I would like to leave you with an impactful quote by Marcel that in my opinion sums up not only his approach to art, but why I am inspired by this piece so much. Quote, "I force myself to contradict myself in order to avoid conforming to my own taste."